Good morning, mademoiselles and messieurs. Mystery Man 64 at your service, and welcome back to Pokemon Fire Red version. So after already editing the first episode to see how I want this to go, I now have an idea. So you are mostly going to be getting post-commentary. That's just going to be happening. Current me is just more or less going to be here to give future me notes as to what I should do. And although I can do a thing here, we will do it later. But for now, we go forward. But I have played pretty much a Pokemon game for every generation except for the current of Scarlet and Violet. That is the only Pokemon I have yet to play. I've pretty much played every other thing. We'll get to you. You know what? I think it's fun. So I think for now it might be an alright thing for future me to probably go ahead and go over some of the things that I will have on screen for you. First up, we have Rattata, a normal type Pokemon. And, you know, for being early in the game, fairly basic, but has surprisingly high attack and speed of its type. And it learns some pretty useful moves that can be pretty scary, actually. And for those that know, can put the fear into anyone. The next encounter of this route is Pidgey, the basic regional bird, and this is as basic as it gets because it started with this one, a normal flying type. Right now, just pretty normal speed, gets better obviously through its evolution, and is a flying type, so it has that going for it. And that is all for the encounters on this route. Hey, you came from Pallet Town? You know Professor Oak, right? His order came in. Can I get you to take it to him? We received Oak's parcel. So yeah. Another thing I'll have especially designed for you here is whenever we go to a route, when it shifts. Yeah, notice how I have added a thing on the screen over there. Yeah, that deep. That's how deep we are going. So it's a alright idea to just kind of level up off of these boys. Didn't need to use that potion, but you know, that's not the end of the world. Because with every Pokemon you defeat, you gain experience. Whenever your bar, the XP bar fills up, you level up, you gain an increase to various stats. And at certain levels, some Pokemon will grow stronger or evolve into a different stage, and their stats will be even higher than they would have been normally. So there's that. Bubble. All right. And soon here, we'll be able to go over even more fun facts once we return the parcel to Oak. Oh, Mystery, how is my old Pokemon? Well, it seems to be growing more attached to you. You must be talented as a Pokemon trainer. What's that? You have something for me? We delivered Oak's parcel. Ah, it's the custom Pokeball. I had it on order. Thank you. Gramps. I almost forgot. What did you call me for? Oh, right. I have a request for you two.
On the desk there's my invention, the Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Mystery, Blue, take these with you.
We received the Pokédex.
You can't get detailed data on Pokemon just by seeing them. You must catch them to obtain complete data. So, here are some tools for catching wild Pokemon.
And we received Pokeballs.
When a wild Pokemon appears, it's fair game. Just throw a Pokeball at it and try to catch it. This won't always work, however. Healthy Pokemon can escape. You have to be lucky. To make a complete guide on all the Pokemon in the world. That was my dream. But I'm too old. I can't get the job done. So I want you two to fulfill my dream for me. Get moving, you two. This is a great undertaking in Pokemon history. Alright, Gramps, leave it all to me. Mystery, I hate to say it, but you won't be necessary for this. I know, I'll borrow a town map from my sis. I'll tell her not to lend you one, Mystery. Don't bother coming around my place after this.
I know it's gonna be weird, but I truly miss the days when your rival were just like, I want to end his existence. These were the days. Cause you're just like, I hate the rival and I want to beat him. That's the feeling it really should invoke. So let's do the opposite and go and talk to his sister. Oh boy, we get to do grill voice again. Voice modulator, activate.
Grandpa asked you to run an errand? Gee, that's lazy of him. Here, this'll help you.
We received a town map from Daisy. Hi, I'm Daisy.
I don't know if that will translate well on the voice modulator. And so we have town map. Do we still get to leave or do we have to talk to our ma'am? We can just go. We don't have to. All right, so as you can also see, I've added a couple new things on the overlay because you can have 6 Pokemon in your party. So we have 6 empty containers for other team, or 5 other empty containers for other team members to be added to. Once we have obtained them, I'm at the fast option. Okay, just making sure. Why did my sound on? Do it to stereo, you fool. What are you doing? So another thing. Nature. If I knew what it was in this game, it's one of the things, depending on what nature your Pokemon in, their stats that are displayed here. Depending on what it is, one stat will be increased by 10% and one stat will be decreased by 10% over the course of this Pokemon's growth. I don't know off the top of my head what this does, though I might have post-commentary me come in and say what it is. Post-commentary me doesn't do anything. The naughty nature increases attack and lowers special defense. And I might as well explain some of the stats and how some of these things work. Oh, I hope you're ready. So, HP is obviously how much health points your Pokemon has. If it drops to 0, it faints and it will be unable to battle. If all of your Pokemon in your party faint, you will lose the battle and some money and run back to whatever Pokemon Center you visited last, I want to say. Pretty self-explanatory. Attack stat, and this is where things get dumb. So, up until Generation 4, which will have other differences, types were split between whether they were physical or special, instead of moves being split between physical and special. If my memory is correct, and let's hope it is, or you know what, I'll just have post-commentary me go over what belongs into physical and what belongs into special now. So here is the physical special chart as of Generation 3, and no fairy because that doesn't exist yet. Don't worry about it. The easiest way to remember it, as you can see here, is by if you take every single evolution plus dragon, that makes up what is special. Everything else is considered physical. And there you go. With knowledge is power. Through. Nah, not really. And finally, moves. Moves will have power, accuracy, and the amount of times you can use a move. And now for the other important thing, if a move shares the same type as your Pokemon, you will get a bonus, otherwise known as same type attack bonus, otherwise known as stab. These moves will overall be increased by, I want to say, 50%. So instead of doing 20, this actually does closer to 30 because of the stab increase. So there you go. And they also work off of your attacking stats. Tackle will work off of normal attack, bubble, which is water, will work off of your special. So now you know. And now, for the next mechanic, if I have time to show it off. Catching. Catching is based off of a few different mechanics. First off, every Pokemon has a set catch rate based on full HP odds. I don't have that in the bios. There is a V2 in progress. I might add them later. We'll get there when we get there. Just know every Pokemon will have a different catch rate. Some will be easier to catch. Some will be very, very difficult to catch. You can increase the odds by lowering the Pokemon's HP. I'll just simplify it into stages of catching. If the Pokemon is in green HP, depending on the catch rate, expect it to be not easy to catch. If the HP bar is in yellow-orange range, it will be a bit easier. If it is in the red range, it will be even easier. And if you can get it to as low as it can go at 1 HP, which you can do that, that is going to be the best odds HP-wise. However, there are other things that you can do to increase the odds that we can't go over. One of which being the type of ball you use. The Pokeball is the standard Pokeball with no increased odds. You get better ones that will give you better odds at catching things. So there's that. And we might as well go over it now, though we don't have access to any yet. Another way to increase the odds is with statuses. Statuses include sleep, paralysis, burn, freeze, and poison. Though not all statuses are treated equally, and we'll get to them. So, give a nickname to the captured Rattata. For the original games, you need, for a lot of the games really, up until, I want to say Sun and Moon really, you're going to need a Pokemon dedicated to use a particular set of moves. Rattata is going to be one of them. So it's going to be on our team mostly for this purpose. So its purchase is going to go... I wonder what its purpose is. For those that know, no. But thus begins our little Pokemon adventure. Yeah, there's the other encounter of this route. I won't always be going out of my way to catch things. Oh, yeah. That's another thing. Certain moves can increase your own stats or decrease stats. We'll have to get to that in the next episode. There's so much to go over that I can easily go over. For now, we'll get this guy as well. Just because we might as well. Excellent. Ooh, am I going to use you? That is a good question, eh? For now, I'll give you a nickname. I am going to name you... I don't know, this was just the first one that came to mind. You're Cedric, apparently. I'm just like, I don't know, Cedric. You feel like a Cedric for some reason. That was just the first name that came to mind. Just like, okay, sure. Oh. Of course, you don't have to fight. You can, of course. Just run. Oh yeah. But I believe this is where I'll end things off here. So next time on Pokemon Fire Red. More stuff to go over. The end is never the end. As always, I will see all of you in the next one. Until then.